Hi ladies, this is a help video for how to graph parabolas. Now, Delta Math asks you for 5 points. When we were doing parabolas, we were really good at finding 3 of the points. So one point that we would find is the vertex. That's one of them. And 2 and 3 would be the roots. So we learned like the vertex formula, and we found many ways to find the roots. So I'll just review how to find those 3 points and then show you how to find points 4 and 5. Okay, so first let's do the roots because they're actually the easiest ones to find when it's factorable. So if I have something factorable like negative x squared minus 12x minus 35. First thing I do is factor it. I'll take out anything that's common. Then I'll use magic numbers to factor it. And I find my roots by putting it into root form. So x is -5 and x equals -7 are my 2 roots. So I can put them on my graph, which I've already done. Next, I can find my vertex. Now, if I have my roots, I can use the axis of symmetry. So if I have a root at x equals -5, x equals -7, then halfway in between is x equals -6. So that's my axis of symmetry, which is also the same as h. So all I have to do is put this h in back to the original equation and I'll get k out. So what was my original equation? It was -x plus 5 times x plus 7. So I'm going to plug in for x -6. This becomes -1 times 1, which is +1. So -6, +1 is another point, which I put there. Okay, now we need to find 2 more points. This isn't as hard as it actually looks. All we have to do is look around here and say, okay, what if I said x equals -8? Y is probably going to be somewhere over here, like -3, -4. And I could also plug in like x equals -4 and see what y equals. So what I'm going to do to find the next 2 points is make a table of values. I'm going to make a table of values, x and y. And I'm going to choose x by some points that I know will fit on this screen. So let's say x equals -8. What does y equal when x equals -8? Well, remember, y is this function. So all I'm going to do is plug in -8 into that function. We're just making a table of values. Okay, so I find that y equals -3. So I've just found a 4th point down there. And I bet that if I plug in -4, I'm also going to get -3. But let's just make sure. -4. So when x equals -4, what are we going to get? -1, 3, -3. Okay, and we plot that point too. -4, -3. Okay, and what is it asking for? It wants to know the roots. Well, we actually already found them. Our roots are -7 and -5. Let's just make sure that's what it wanted. You must plot 5 points using the graph, determine the roots of the equation. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay, and that's all there is to this one. Good luck, and let me know if you have any more questions.